was going to say, look, talking to my dad, it seemed like I actually got something out of that exchange.
Yeah.
And you always mention about returning to the Father. And I went and spoke with him about basically returning and possibly staying with him. But he also says, like, that wouldn't do me any good either, and that I need to be out on my own.
Yep. She's keeping you there for her own self-gratification, to think that she is a good mother, she loves you, she's a good mother. And it's a lie. She's not a good mother, because if she was a good mother, you would have been gone a long time ago. Avery, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Jesse?
All is well.
That's good.
Speak up a little bit for me, Avery.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time hearing.
You having a tough time hearing me?
Yeah, my phone's just quiet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I hear you really good. Really well.
Great. I just wanted to ask you, Jesse, I've been watching your shows a bit and just hearing all the advice you give to other people and trying to recognize and apply it in my life. And just where I'm at in life and living with my mom and all this, I'm just trying to recognize what to do on my own.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you have a job?
I do, yeah.
And so when you ask what to do on your own, what do you mean?
To not be so dependent on her or leaning on to a parent for support in my life.
Not at all. Not one iota. As a matter of fact, I don't know your whole condition. You need to see what's going on in your life there. But you should be out on your own already with your own place, dealing with the issues of life, paying your bills, and saving 10% every time you get paid. You should be dealing with life already. You should be under your mother's skirt tail.
Right.
Why are you still there?
It's just easier than going out and stumbling, I suppose.
How will you grow if you stay in your comfort zone?
I don't think I will.
And so why haven't you moved out already, knowing that?
I just want to be here to support them.
Support who?
My family.
You can't even support yourself. How you going to support them?
Right.
No, that was a question. You can't support yourself. How are you supporting them?
I'm not.
So where are you getting that idea from?
Just growing up and maybe thinking that's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, I see. And so your father lived there too?
No.
And so are you the oldest?
I am the middle child.
And why does your mother let you stay there? Why haven't she thrown you out?
She loves me, I guess.
You are her husband?
I'm not, no.
What do you mean she loves you there?
Just she hasn't kicked me out because she doesn't mind me being here.
If she loved you, she would kick you out already. She's keeping you there for her own self-gratification, to think that she is a good mother, she loves you, she's a good mother. And it's a lie. She's not a good mother, because if she was a good mother, you would have been gone a long time ago. A good mother would know to keep her adult son at home and turning him into her husband is weakening him and destroying his desire to even grow up and become a man.
Right.
Your mother doesn't love you.
Okay. And
Where's your father?
like he's pretty local. When I go and see him, and him and I watch your videos, and since that's how I've been able to kind of realize all the stuff you're telling and talking about, how like their women are deceivers, and like, and I don't know, it's a lot for me to take and build something with it for myself with.
Well, just take a little bit at a time, one step at a time, and allow yourself to grow into the truth. And you will if you stay with it. And you were about to say, and what?
I don't know what I was going to say next.
Okay. So, have you heard me say that you should forgive your mother and father?
Yes.
Have you done that?
I did. I did go over and talk to my dad and forgave him for what's happened growing up. And I've also talked to my mom, and I forgave her for, like, altering the perspective of my father that she put on us growing up.
Yeah.
Saying all the stuff about him when he wasn't around. And I went over and talked with him and had his side of the story, and that's kind of where I'm ended up now.
Nice. And so what did your mother say when you told her you're sorry for resenting her for turning you away from your father?
She didn't really believe it.
She believed what?
She kind of just like,
She didn't believe what?
that she did anything wrong.
Oh, she couldn't admit it?
No.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
But, yeah.
But what?
So, I was going to say, look, talking to my dad, it seemed like I actually got something out of that exchange.
Yeah.
And you always mention about returning to the father. And I went and spoke with him about basically returning and possibly staying with him. But he also says, like, that wouldn't do me any good either, and that I need to be out on my own.
Yep. And so
yeah.
You just have one job right now?
I do, yeah.
And do you make enough money to get yourself a little apartment, nothing big or fancy? You start out small, a studio or something in a pretty decent area. Are you able to get yourself a studio apartment?
Yeah, I have enough.
Okay, so why not take your time, look for an apartment, get yourself an apartment, and then if you need to make more money, get a second job, because you're not married with children, right?
No.
And with your mother, you don't owe her one iota of anything. It's not your responsibility to take care of your mother or your brothers or your sister. That's not your responsibility at all. And it should not have been put upon you.
Right. How do I get out of this without the fear of just them not loving me, I guess?
So what now?
Like, how do I tell them that I don't want to be supporting them anymore and that I need to be on my own?
You tell them
it's hard for me to leave.
You tell them just like this: I ain't taking care of y'all no more. I'm out of here. Bye. Does that seem difficult?
No, it seems very simple.
And they don't love you anyway. What makes you think your family love you?
Maybe I just love them too much.
You don't love them either. Because if you love them, you would be afraid to depart from them. And if you love them with real love, you wouldn't need their love, because you will have love. Your love will come from God.
Right.
And your family don't love you, and you don't love them. It's all an act. Because if they love you and you decide, you know what, I'm moving, I ain't taking care of nobody no more, I'm out of here. If they love you, they would, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm glad. I wish you well. They wouldn't get mad at you. They would understand that. That would make sense to them. But they don't love you. They are using you as you're using them.
All right. How could I know what I'm using them for?
You're using them to get fake love. You think they love you, and you think you love them. It's a comfort zone where you're still not happy.
Right. Huh.
That emotion you feel for them, and they feel for you, is hate. It's not love.
Why do we as people do that?
Because you've been turned away from God, and Satan is your God. Satan is the woman's God, meaning your mother and all women until they overcome it. And Satan is your God, so you're living in an illusion instead of reality. And you won't live reality until you turn back to the Father. And it doesn't mean you got to live with your earthly father, but you got to love him, meaning that don't be angry at him. And when you love your earthly father, through him, you will return to God and you'll be fine. And then you will have real love, which only comes from God. Human beings don't have love. Human beings only have hate.
I've been baptized this month, or last month, and I've been working on my faith and, trying to be a stronger believer.
Are you able to hold for me?
Yeah.
You can hold?
Yes, I can.
All right, hold on for me. I got to take a break. So, Avery, you right now you're 21, right?
Yes.
And you taking care of your mother and your brothers, or just your mother?
Just my mother, I'd say.
And you take care of her how?
I occasionally pay a bill when she's not able to, and I really just go about my own life, honestly, other than paying bills for her.
Speak into your phone for me.
Yes?
And so, why are you afraid to go and live your own life at 21? What's the problem?
I just don't know if I will know how to support myself.
What do you mean by that?
Like going out and having to pay bills on my own and do a lot of stuff on my own. I haven't seen much of that in my life, and it's hard for me to stand up for myself.
Oh, and so you don't. All you have to do, you have a job, right?
Yeah.
And the job going to support you, and so you're going to go look for an apartment. You're going to find something that you can afford at this time. Nothing, a bachelor or something like that, kind of decent bachelor nights that you can afford. And then you're going to move in. And then you're going to pay your monthly utility bills as they come in the mail. And you're going to pay them. And then when you get paid, every time you get paid, you're going to put 10% of your money away. So when opportunity come to invest in a home or something like that, you have the down payment, you have the money. Why is that so difficult?
I don't know. I'm just afraid.
You afraid?
Of being on my own.
I guess I understand. Because I was taught, and in those days, kids were taught, especially the boys, that, and the girls too, to be honest, that at 18 you're out of here, and they taught us how to work so we'll have a job, right? As long as you got a job, you have food on your table. But they didn't teach me how to pay bills. They didn't teach me how to do anything else but to work and take care of myself. And I learned to do those things as they were happening.
Right.
And so you'll see how to pay the bill when it comes. You will see how to pay the rent when it's due. It's all in your mind that you can't do it. You can do it. Just one step at a time. Keep it simple. Don't be spending your money on girls and friends and things like that. And just live your life when you hang out with people. Just hang out, but don't over hang out. Do all things in moderation, and you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Why do you think your family would get mad at you if you move out?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know.
Are you doing the silent prayer? You heard me talk about the silent prayer?
I do, and I do go on SoundCloud, and I listen to that.
Do you do it every morning, every night?
No.
And why not?
I am inconsistent with it.
I want to encourage you, Avery, to do it every morning and every night, because the only reason you have fear about going out and living your life is you believe in thoughts. And all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. You're in your imagination right now, and it's setting you up.
Right.
Your father live by himself?
He does not know. He has a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Start doing the silent prayer and get out and start making a life for yourself. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer or silentprayer.video. You know how to find it. But and get out and start making a life for yourself. You'll be fine.
Will do.
And don't let your mother or anyone talk you out of it, because you'll be stuck with your mother, and you'll look around and you'll be 40, you'll be 50, and you'll still be with your mother, and you'll start to hate yourself and her even more so, and you'll end up being stuck there for life, and it'll be miserable for you. And your mother should not be trying to hold you back to keep you at home.
All right.
Are you on drugs or anything?
I smoke weed.
You smoke weed?
That's only drugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do.
And you smoke weed often?
Yeah, pretty often.
And why do you smoke so much of it?
I just like to chill out.
Chill out for what? You living at home with mama. You ain't got much to do.
I guess I just enjoy doing nothing while being high.
Are you black or white?
I'm white.
You white. You white. So here's what I recommend, buddy. Do what you want, of course, but you save some money if you haven't already saved up some. Take your time and go find yourself a little apartment somewhere. Move in. Don't let all your friends and other people move into your place. They'll destroy you too. But move in and just take it one day at a time. And you'll see if you stay with it, it'll work. You'll be fine.
All right.
And don't be afraid. Face your fears. Don't ever let fear hold you back from anything. Except you don't want to go down in the hood and get killed or something, or attacked. But fear within, don't be afraid to go live your life.
I will try.
Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. And also...
So what?
How you talk about, like, beta males and alpha males? I really do recognize I do have beta, like, qualities, and I'm not as alpha as I can be, so that's why I wanted to call you today and just thank you for, enlightening me.
You're welcome. And you'll overcome being a beta as you're overcoming the nature of your mother. All beta males have the nature of the woman. They have the mindset and emotions of the woman. And that's why when you forgive your father, you return back to him, and through him to God, and you develop the Alpha nature, which is perfect love and no fear. But that'll happen on its own. But make sure you do the silent prayer. You take your time, and when I say take your time, don't just rush and move, but find a place that you would like to live, and go out and start living your life. Don't spend when you start dating. Do not spend your money on women, buying them clothes and taking them on trips and expensive restaurants and all that kind of. Don't get caught up that way either.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
And if your mother try to stop you from moving, tell her how the cow ate the cabbage.
Will do.
Do you know how the cow ate the cabbage?
I'm not sure now.
Well, just tell her, leave you alone. You're moving. It's time for you to grow up. You're not her husband. You're not her boyfriend.
Yep.
All right?
Yes. No, I know that now.
All right. Start doing the silent prayer and stay with it. Your whole life, you stay with it. And the Father within you, God, will guide you in life. I promise you that. It'll be amazing.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how things are going for you.
I will. Talk soon, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now. It's so amazing to me how things have changed. Just imagine, and I'm just saying the way they were. The way they were. When we were growing up in the good old days when men were in charge, when boys were boys and men were men, you were told as a child you were out of here at 18. 18 was grown-up time. Where am I going? I don't know, and I don't care. You're out of here. They taught us to work. They didn't say go to college and get a degree. They said as long as you can work with your hand, you're going to have food on your table and a roof over your head. And that is so true. At 18, because we were told that, the mindset was already programmed to go out and be a grown-up. And they never sat me down and showed me how to pay rent and light bills and all that. That came as I needed to know it when I was out on my own. Mothers and fathers, you're doing your sons and daughters a disservice by not instilling in them that I'm taking you to this point in life and you're out there on your own dealing with issues of life and you'll grow up. You mature into a man and a woman. And God has put that in you. And yes, there are going to be many challenges to face, but you'll overcome them. And you'll be stronger for it and wiser. How do you leave and grow your son like that and he's afraid to go out and live his life? And you keep him at home with you for your own ego, personal gratification. And then they set you up by telling you, oh, stay at home with mama and save money. That's the worst deception that you could ever put on your sons and daughters. You ain't going to save no money on a... What is best, to save money or have a free soul? She's telling you stay home and save your money so you can take care of her. Drop the anger and get away from mama. And you don't have to go over mama's house every holiday either. Go when you want to go. Don't go because mama's expecting you to show up. Go when you want to go. Don't go out of guilt and don't go out of false love. You're a grown man. I almost cuss. I almost said the A word. It was like right here. You're a grown man. You are now in control of your life. You know, old mama, you know, old daddy, you're just supposed not to resent them because they couldn't help it. So that you don't go through the same kind of hell. But you ain't got to run over there every holiday, talk to mama every day on the phone and all that mess. That doesn't even make sense. It's horrible what these women have done to their sons. And the men have allowed it to happen. Things never going to get better on this earth as long as the man is weak.